The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board was instrumental in the passing of the Trust in Real Estate Services Act, and now we're working hard to ensure members are ready to comply with the new rules. One of the most important changes are new rules around the sharing of contents of competing offers. Here's what TREB members need to know. First, under TRESA, all listing brokers must continue to communicate the number of competing written offers to every prospective buyer who has made one of the offers. That has not changed. What has changed is the legislative barrier to sharing the contents of competing offers. This has been removed under TRESA. Sellers can now, under TRESA, disclose contents of competing offers to buyers. More specifically, if a seller directs in writing, the listing realtor must share the contents or parts of competing offers with every other person making an offer. The sharing of personal information or any information that could be used to identify the person making an offer continues to be prohibited under the Trust in Real Estate Services Act. Under the TRESA competing offer framework, sellers are in control and can change their instructions to you, the realtor, at any time. Sellers can decide at any point before or during the offer process that they would like their realtor to communicate all or part of the contents of competing written offers to everyone who has made an offer on the property. Realtors representing a seller should advise their client about the benefits and challenges of sharing the content of competing offers and how they might respond if a buyer submits a confidential offer or an offer with a non-disclosure clause that may cause the offer to become null and void if the contents of the offer are shared. Realtors should ensure all buyer offers are reviewed to see if they contain a provision that might restrict the sharing of the contents of that offer and explain to the seller how this may affect the bidding process. For buyers, realtors should clearly communicate that the seller is free to decide to share or not to share the content of offers at any point in the process and do not need to provide advance notice. Realtors should educate their buyers that the seller is in control of the offer process and can change their mind about sharing at any point. Realtors should also discuss the advantages and disadvantages if the buyer wishes for the content of their offer to be kept confidential. So, to summarize, all listing brokerages must continue to communicate the number of competing written offers to every prospective buyer who has made one of the offers. If a seller directs in writing, the listing realtor must share the contents or parts of competing offers with every other person making an offer. Personal information or any information that could be used to identify the person making an offer cannot be shared. Realtors should communicate with their buyer clients that the seller is free to decide to share or not share the contents of offers at any point in the process. And realtors should educate their buyers and sellers as to the consequences when a buyer submits an offer with a non-disclosure clause and how this may affect the bidding process. Buying or selling a home is the single largest financial decision most consumers will ever make, and that's why TREB has fought for higher professional standards and better consumer protection under TRESA. Now that the legislation has passed, we're working hard to make sure our members are ready to provide great service and support to GTA home buyers, sellers, and renters. Visit the TRESA Hub on the TREB member homepage for more information.